Hey guys, how's it going? So I'm Jim from Onlyslaggin, part of the fire squad here in Ireland for Kamado Joe. And today we have a few new items have arrived, so we're going to do an unpacking or unboxing here tonight. Okay, so let's go in here and we'll start getting this put together. Moving out the classic. Some of the plastic off. Straight forward here onto the size difference. So we have 24 inches of grilling space, and then comparing that to the classic where we have 19 inches of grilling space. Doesn't sound like an awful lot, but as we know, every inch counts. So delving down then onto the inner parts of the divide and conquer system. On the 3 series we have 3 levels, so we have 1, 2, 3 on the divide and conquer system. On the Kamado Joe 3 and the Big Joe 3, the divide and conquer system comes with this new jar basket. So that comes apart. And on the previous model, on the classic model, at the very bottom then we've a black disc with the holes in it. On this model here then, you have a sort of an ash basket altogether. So this should dramatically improve the airflow that's coming through into your coals. So if you want to come back over here, you can see that this sits right in below, right down into the ash catcher at the very bottom. And in addition then we can divide the basket up now for your charcoal. In effect, banking coals into one side or the other. If you look at that, come in closer, you can see just how heavy that steel is. So that's a handy new addition to it. So got the ceramic place at the bottom. The new cart comes with like a shelf in the bottom there where we can hold some of the stuff that's in there. And then the big change in this one here then will be the slow roller, the hyperbolic smoke chamber, basically what we're going to turn this in. First thing we need to do is remove the top rack or shelf for the divide and conquer. And then we go in with the bottom of the slow roller, and it's quite a neat fit. So the grooves that go around here match up with the grooves that are on here on the slow roller, so it just fits nicely, and there's not too much give within that. The next part of it then is the top and the middle dome that goes in, and that sits just nicely on the wee markers that are there. We go back in with the divide and conquer, and if you come in close, you can see the wee notches there where it just sits on, so you know exactly where that has to go. So as you can see now, with having put that in, the divide and conquer system is sitting a little bit more proud of the edges, and that's why we have the increased depth in the 3 series. So you would fill this with your charcoal, light your charcoal as normal, put in your wood chunks just when you're getting ready to smoke, and at that point you go in with the top disc. So the top disc just goes straight on there, and if you come down close you might be able to see just the wee edges where it's going to come, the smoke's going to come out. So what's going to happen is, whenever this is smoking, the smoke comes up like a funnel, comes right through the gaps, and then it continues to roll and then works its way up round our meat and then out through the top vent. So when we're smoking on here, we go back in again with the racks on the top level. So you can see the distance here we have between the top of the slow roller and where your meat would sit. That's one of the big improvements. Aesthetically, we have a change in look between the 2 grills, and then the slow roller and the 3-tier system now for your divide and conquer. That's the big changes here with the new Kamado Joe. One thing I probably should mention is the new side tables on each side are now made of cast aluminium. And as in the previous model, they were plastic. Now they're metal. So we've fired up the Big Joe here this evening. We've also got the little Classic 2 going there as well. So I'm going to quickly show you what we're going to cook here tonight for the maiden voyage on the Big Joe 3. So of course we're going to start off with a little glass of white wine. We're going to do some patatas bravas. We have some prawns, shrimp here is going to go on. A bit of garlic mushrooms, some parma ham with asparagus. This is for the potatoes. A few charred peppers. We have a nice rump steak kebab done up with the Angus Link Montreal rub. And then we have a couple of bits of cod that we're going to do with a smoky Carter Louisiana Cajun. So just going to give them a little bit of oil here for the potatoes. So we'll give them a little bit of a parboil here to start off with. Just cut them up in the sort of smallish sort of cube sizes. So we'll add them just in here with the oil. I'm going to start crisping them up a little bit. And a little bit of salt and pepper. So we'll keep them going there now. They're going to they're the thing that's going to take the longest to cook out of everyone we have here this evening. So we'll let them sit there. I'll turn them over here in a wee minute. Try to get a bit of browning on them, and then we'll start going with everything else. Okay, so just go in now and see. We're getting nice sort of browning off, so they're starting to brown nicely, yeah. So all we're going to do is just try and flip some of them around. I'm trying to do as much of it by hand as possible, because I don't want to, if I do too much with the tongue here, they'll all start to break up a bit, and then that's not really what I want. I want to try and keep them as full as possible. Okay, so we've a wee 8-inch large pan in here. I'm just going to go in with a little bit of the garlic infused broiler oil. Just a little bit into that. So that pan's been on there for a good 10-15 minutes. And then to that garlic, we're going to go really garlicky here.
Why not all of it?
Why not?
Because it's quite a lot.
I know, it's quite nice. You like garlic? And then we're going to add the mushrooms into this here. So just going to fry off some of the garlic first. Is that enough?
Yes.
Is that enough? So yes, it's already garlic and it's smelling wonderful at the minute. So I'm just going to stir that around a little bit. Get the garlic fried off. And once we have that fried off a little, then we're going to go in with the mushrooms. So we're back in economy mode here with the with the dishware. So we have cleaned these.
I have washed them, yes.
I think they're coming together nicely. Time to move them off. Indirect. Okay, so we're going to go on now and sear up our beef kebab that we've done with the Angus Link rub. So this is just rump steak. Just got a large piece of rump steak from the butcher and cut it up into good sized chunks and kebabbed it up. So, looking for the sizzle? Bit of a sizzle. Okay, so we've just got a little bit of asparagus, wrapped it in a bit of parma ham here, and we're going to cook that indirect here across in the grill. So all we're really looking to do is crisp up that parma ham a little bit, sort of give you a bit like crispy bacon. That's the sort of texture we're going for.
Yummy goodness.
Yummy goodness is right. Right, so that's that. That stuff will look after itself. The wee peppers we're throwing on there, we're just going to try and blister them up. So again, they're very forgiving. Just whack them on there, they're grand. The kebab we're going to turn a couple of times, obviously get a bit of a sear going all over that. So I'm going to close the lid. Obviously, we want to keep the lid closed as much as possible when we're cooking. And then on this side, we will have a quick look at the mushrooms. So they look good. Give them a wee next round. Nice bit of colour coming on top of the mushrooms. Oh, that wee one. So they're coming along nicely. The rest of the stuff's going to come together here quite fast now. So what we'll do is we will go back on to the plancha here with a little bit of oil. Just a little bit of oil, let that start warming up. We'll move that around here, and this is what we're going to cook our fish on. Get a nice layer over the top of that. I'm just going to go in with the fish now. A little bit of the sizzle. And we'll just let that sizzle away there. And then towards the end we'll throw on the shrimp or the prawns. Okay, just going to flip the fish over. Try and get a little bit of colour. Alright, here. So I'm trying to char off some of the spices and stuff on it there.
That's good.
Good. So it's probing about, I think we probed it there about 30. Give it a quick probe in the thermopan here. Yeah, about 30 degrees. So
What's the temperature for fish?
I'm aiming for 60 of this.
Okay.
So we're going to go in with that tomato we've made up.
Right, put it all in the middle.
There we go. So, get a wee mix around.
No.
No? Okay, you look after that then. Right. Right, come on over here.
No. Sorry, I'm here.
Okay, ready?
Yeah.
Okay, so we're going to go on with some of the
Prawns.
now. So we're going to get in a little bit of it. Okay, move it forward over to one side. I'm just trying to get a quick bit of colour on top of these. These won't take long at all to cook, and then we'll get them scooped off. And I suppose the next thing we need to do is get ready to start plating all this stuff up.
A wee bit of garlic oil or anything you want to use? Or?
Do you want garlic oil in it?
Maybe we will.
That's the one to do.
Yeah.
I haven't got the garlic oil here.
Alright.
Something like the garlic oil. I'm going to pack with the garlic oil. Not like throwing that in last minute. We could have put a wee bit of that on.
Before.
Right.
And here there's
That's all on?
yeah.
There's what?
Get my values for
What is it
tonight.
at?
It's the remainder of the garlic I chopped earlier.
You want that on that too?
Yeah.
It's over there. This wasn't in the plan. Anything else?
No.
Right.
Hello?
Hold on.